Hey, well, I got changed and got all my hunting clothes off after carrying this out. When I killed my bird last time, I didn't change for a while, and I got inside and I found ticks on me. I'm assuming they came off the turkey. I don't know. They could have came out of where I was sitting, but got home, got the bird broken down, taken care of. What we've got. So I've saved the fan and a section of the back, the hide with the feathers attached right on the lower back, right near the fan. In case I decide to do a mount of this of some sort, you eventually run out of room. You can't just mount every tail fan that you get. But this one is really pretty, really good fan. And I ran into my dad as I was leaving. As I got in the truck to leave, I saw my dad and we met up. And he took a look at me. He's like, "Oh, that's a pretty bird. You need to keep that tail fan." So, he likes to keep every tail fan. He keeps every rack off of every buck he kills, even if it's a spike. And I just don't have room to do that sort of stuff. But this one is a very pretty one, so I've saved it just in case. I've also got here in this pot, I've got both legs and thighs, and I've got one of the breasts, and I've got the gizzard, heart, and liver soaking in some water. I've got to come back with my knife, and I've got to cut these lower legs off and get that taken care of so that I can submerge it all in the water. I like to just kind of soak it for a little bit. It kind of loosens up any stray feathers that may have gotten attached to the meat itself. So I'll take care of that. I'll come deal with that here in a little bit. And this here, I've got the other breast, and the wife wanted me to cook fried turkey tenders tonight for dinner. So I've actually got one of the breasts in here and a little bit of milk, and I've added some seasoning to it. I'm just going to pop it in the fridge and just kind of let it soak for a while. One thing I have to caution you about is, I mentioned I shot this bird with TSS. This was the last TSS shell I had. I've used them for the past 2 years, and obviously with the ammo shortages and everything going on this year, ammunition's hard to come by. So this was the last TSS shell that I had. I've got several heavy shot shells, and I usually have a TSS shell loaded up front, and then I have them backed up with 3-inch heavy shot number 6s, just in case I have to have a follow-up shot. It's been years since I've had to have a follow-up shot, thankfully, knock on wood. So. But one thing to be aware of is, even though that gun in particular shoots a really tight pattern, holds a really good pattern at distance with the choke combination and these Federal 3-inch TSS shells, there are a few flyers. The bird I shot last weekend, when I got it back and broke it down, I found 2 or 3 pellets in the leg, none in the breast anywhere. I don't know if it's because they ricocheted off a tree limb or a blade of grass, or I don't know what happened, or if they were just a flyer coming out of the gun itself. This bird, when I started breaking it down, I found 2 pellets just underneath the skin in the thigh, just laying there. These are number 9s. And then when I started soaking this breast and started looking at it, I found 3 pellets just basically laying on the surface of the breast itself. It's a little weird because this TSS has so much momentum and carries so much energy with it that a lot of people say that it's a through round. It'll shoot all the way through. That's not what I'm seeing. Now, it does the job. I mean, the reason I like it is because you shoot these number 9s and they carry as much momentum basically as like a size 5 or 6 shot. I forget exactly which one, but because they're so small, you can get nearly twice as many pellets in your load for the same weight of shot. You can get nearly twice as many pellets. So I like that, but you got to be really careful with them because they are so small and they are extremely dense and they're solid. They're not malleable. They're not like lead, which if you bite into it, it'll kind of deform a little bit. It'll still hurt, but it'll deform. This stuff's solid. It does not deform. I know several people who have broken or cracked teeth with the TSS. So be very careful if you're going to use them. Don't rush a shot. Don't try to just shoot through a bunch of crap. Don't shoot, in my opinion, don't shoot at a bird running away because you're not as stable. You're not as steady. I use a 3-point. I use a regular a turkey sight on my shotgun, so I've got it patterned really tight at distance, and I've got it sighted in really well. I mean, if I shot with my other gun that's got just a bead on it, there's a pretty good sized margin of error there. And with TSS, I think dentists have been promoting TSS now for about 3 years because it is driving their business through the roof. So just be careful if you're going to use TSS. As with anything else, just know everything you can about it. Just be cautious if you do shoot a bird with TSS. Just look for all those pellets that you can. I'm going to cook this up tonight. I'm going to get up here. I've got a conference call coming up here in a couple minutes. So I'm going to get out of here and get this stuff taken care of. God bless.